Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
Welcome to Ask Amy from What Fresh Hell Laughing in the Face of Motherhood, solving your parenting dilemmas one question at a time. A member of our Facebook group asked, my 27-month-old daughter seems to have recently developed a stammer/stutter, or maybe it's just gotten worse to where we notice it now. Instead of saying, can I have that, like she used to, she now says, can I have that? Usually only at the beginning of a sentence or thought, and I've also noticed most often when she's excited, but it's happening a lot. Part of me thinks it's nothing to get too worried over. She's only 2, she's still developing her language skills, and it's more prevalent when she is excited. And the other part of me is a little worried. I've heard it's best to just wait patiently for her to finish her thought, and that's what I usually do, although my husband keeps telling her to think about what she wants to say before saying it. For anyone who has gone through this with their little one, did it resolve itself? How or when? And what's the best approach? I did go through this, so that's why I'm excited to answer this question. Stuttering in little ones and toddlers is very common. It can come and go for sure, and it can even be staggered. As you're saying, your daughter had more fluency a couple weeks ago than she does now. Sometimes it can happen when a child's speech and language development suddenly lags behind what he or she wants or needs to say. Her little brain is exploding, her vocabulary is growing, and her thought complexity is growing, and it's all, getting a little stuck on the way out. I wanted to highlight, we have another listener named Heidi, who's a speech therapist, and she responded to this question by saying that the listener and her spouse should be on the same page about ignoring it. Heidi says, give your daughter time to formulate and finish her own sentences. Don't finish her thought for her. Don't tell her to slow down or do things which draw more attention to it. And I do agree with that advice. That's the advice that we were given, and it worked for us. If the stuttering or the stammering is not causing your 2-year-old visible stress, if she doesn't seem really aware that she's doing it, that's actually a good sign, so don't draw more attention to it. If she does become stressed about it, for any kid who stutters or stammers, you can reassure them that trouble getting words out is just part of learning and growing, that you're interested in what your child has to say and not in how they're saying this. With a 2-year-old, that's probably more information than she needs, right? I think you're on the right track. You just need to patiently wait for her to finish asking for the juice and then get her the juice. But I do want to say that ignoring it, quote unquote, doesn't mean never get a professional opinion or seek therapeutic support. I'm not saying you do that now. I'm just saying getting that support doesn't mean you weren't ignoring it, which is what you're supposed to do. I want to draw that important distinction. In front of the kid, you ignore it. You don't draw attention to it. Maybe not in front of the kid, you do. You take mental notes of when it comes and goes. You're already doing that. Maybe take a note of when it started. If it goes away, note when it goes away. If it comes back, note when it comes back. So you can mention these things at your next visit to the pediatrician with your child. So one of my kids had was called a whole word stutter, that they would say, can I have it? Like that, not just the sound, but the actual word. And yes, it went away. But yes, that child did end up having speech therapy to help with it. So I want to say that being a good parent and ignoring it can also mean getting the help if it gets to that point where it seems like it's required. So don't worry about it. doesn't mean ignore it, and ignore it doesn't mean don't get help if you need it. I feel like there are larger takeaways here about a lot of things with little ones. There's stuff that we're told that we should not be worrying about, and we're bad moms, and then if we didn't do everything we could about it, then we're a bad mom. So I think it's like taking a step back and knowing that this is something you kind of have to watch and wait and take action on if and when it seems appropriate and get expert advice on that, but don't worry about it in the meantime. That's the best road here if it's possible. You're still collecting information. You don't know if your daughter's going to be doing this in 3 more months or not. And that piece of information is vital to knowing whether this is something that would proceed to a speech therapist or not. I hope that makes sense. Hang in there and let us know how it goes. Send us your parenting question and we might answer yours next. Email us questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.